Hi, my name's Lisa Carnahan, and I am the one who puts your quilt squares together when you send them in for your, in memory of your loved ones. Some of the main things are when you make your square, it's best to have your design in a 9-inch square area, and then we have a 1-inch border around it to give us plenty of room to put it into the quilt. One of the most important things, if possible, leave it a little bit bigger and we can trim it down to size, because that way we know everything is the exact size and it makes it much easier to put it into the quilt. A few things you're going to want to need if you're wanting to put pictures on. They do make a fabric that you can purchase yourself and do it at home on your inkjet printer. It's called Color Fast, and it's simply sheets that you put through your printer, scan your picture, and it prints it right on this sheet, and then there's simple directions inside on how to make it permanent. And then that can be cut down, added to a fabric block, and then put into the quilt. What you don't want to do is take your pictures to a photo place and have them put it on your fabric, and if you do, make sure it's a white or cream background. Another thing you can always do, which is very simple, if you just want to draw on your block or write, you get freezer paper, which comes in big rolls like this. You get it at your grocery store. Take a piece of freezer paper and you iron it onto the back of a piece of white fabric, and then you can simply use either Crayola crayons. And if you do the Crayola crayons, after you draw on it, whatever you want to do, put a piece of paper towel on, heat set it with an iron, and that makes it permanent. You can also use gel pens. These are permanent on fabric also, so you can write or draw with gel pens, or a Pigma pen, which they're called Micron Pigma pens. A lot of people try to use a Sharpie. A Sharpie can bleed on the fabric, so it'll have whatever you write and then it just bleeds out and it can sort of look messy, so I don't recommend that you use a Sharpie on them. Another thing, if you're just going to use a t-shirt or something like that, I highly recommend that you get something called fusible interfacing, and you can go to Joann Fabrics or Walmart's even. Purchase this. You probably only need like half a yard if you're, for your shirt. Iron this to the back of the picture you're going to cut out first. That stabilizes the fabric so it doesn't stretch, and then you can just cut your square out. Some people add embellishments to their quilts. You just want to make sure that they're attached well so that they don't fall off, because these quilts will get handled and put up and down many times, so we don't want the stuff falling off. Now on the squares, if you could put your loved one's first and last name, birth date, and death date, that way in case your paperwork gets separated, they're easier to identify it then. And one last thing is, we are putting these into a quilt. You do not make them into a quilt yourself, so please do not put backing and batting on them, because I just have to take that off to be able to put them into the quilt to make it more cohesive. So that'll save you a step and save me a step also. If you have any questions, feel free to call CORE, and if they can't answer, they can get in touch with me and I can get the answer to you.